Hello. So for today's lesson, Amy, we're going to learn how to hold the viola. So this is the viola, as you can clearly see. And so we have this pad right here to give it our shoulders a little cushion, as we have it on our shoulders for the shoulder rest. But before we get there, we got to learn how to hold it properly. So we want to take care of it because it's a wooden instrument that can break really easily if it gets dropped. And then the wooden pegs right here too keep it in tune, so we don't want to mess with those just yet. For next lesson maybe. So alright, so we're going to grab it from the neck right here. What we're going to do is we'll do a Statue of Liberty. Like if we're holding the Statue of Liberty, and we're going to bring it right into our shoulders right here. And it should fall perfectly into place, and you're just going to hold it like this. So you don't want to let go of your arm. And so you maybe just hold it right here at this dot and just have your hand placed, and then we're going to bring it back. So now that I've demonstrated, how about you give it a try? So you want to do Statue of Liberty. So to demonstrate the Statue of Liberty is, let's bring the instrument down. So now what I would like for you to do is raise it up like the Statue of Liberty does. Kind of bring it a little bit to an angle because the Statue of Liberty is kind of at an angle. And so what you're going to do is you're going to grab it from the bottom and you're going to bring it right to your, right there to your shoulder. All right. So an issue with that I see is there's tension in the shoulders. So may I see the viola? Before we start, let's learn to relax the shoulders. Let's bring the shoulders down. Let's kind of move them and wiggle them and kind of just feel loose from there. So now, to demonstrate once more, so we're going to do the Statue of Liberty and grab it from the bottom, and then we're going to bring it to us just like this. And we want to avoid it being up at an angle. We want it to just naturally come where it's almost parallel to the floor. Perfect. And that's exactly how you hold it. So that's one element to holding the violin or the viola, the upper strings, into its playing position. So now let's bring it down. And so another concept to holding it that I'd like to show you is how we place our hand and our wrist, our left hand, onto the fingerboard. So what we want to do is we want to pretend our thumb right here, the little point between the knuckle and the hand, is a magic X. We pretend that there's an X right there. So we want it to come right here, and we want to move the magic X along the neck very smoothly. So without even holding it in playing position yet, you kind of just want to slide it back and forth. And that's going to prepare us for when we're in this position to have a smooth, nice, healthy wrist. So, first, let me see. Point to your magic X right there. And so, alright, now just slide it up and down very smoothly. That you don't want any tension. You don't want your thumb to be stiff. You don't want your wrist to be stiff. You want it to just naturally kind of glide up and down, like a glide. Yeah, and so what you're kind of doing though is you're moving the wrist forward. You want to keep it kind of in place and just let it slide. Yeah, like that. Okay, so now let's do back the Statue of Liberty. And then you grab it from the bottom and you bring it towards you. So now that we're in this position, try sliding that magic X just as you did when you were holding it. And it's that type of wrist action that you want for the fingerboard. Very good. You may put it down. You may see it. So now the next thing we're going to do is learn how to hold the bow. So the bow has different parts to it. We have the bow tip, the bow stick, bow hair, and the frog. So what we're going to focus on right now is just getting a nice grip right here at the center. So what I'd like is for you to kind of just hang your right hand. Just kind of let it naturally just be floppy. Not necessarily like really floppy, but just enough to where it's just naturally your fingers are just relaxed. And so what we're gonna do is you're just gonna want to grab the bow like that, and then from there you're almost ready to hold it, and then we'll fix some details from there. So just let the hand rest. So now try grabbing the bow. Now it should feel natural. You see, that's already we're off to a good start. So now, let's see, hold it up. Now maybe we can do some gestures. Stir the soup. It's a rocket ship. You want to go up and down. And so those are the types of movements that we want to work on. So just one thing is we don't want to have a banana thumb to where the thumb is flat. So when we grab it naturally, one thing we want to do is make sure our thumb is curved. So as you grab it, let the hand hang, and then just grab it and make sure that thumb is curved. Can we see that thumb curved? There we go. Let's try that again. Let me put it in reverse. I put it backwards. Great. So one thing though that we want to do is let the hands kind of separate a little bit more. Not necessarily spread out, but you don't want to have them too close together. You want to just have them kind of naturally like this, and then just grab it with the thumb curved. And from there, that sets us up for a very natural plain bow hand. Great, and how's the thumb? Is it a banana thumb? It's kind of banana-ish. There we go. Now bring it up. And now let's stir the soup again. So we'll do a rocket ship. Great. And so those are the two elements to holding the bow and holding the violin. You feel like you learned something?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks.